Geocaching-maniacs.
Geo Gearheads.
Welcome back to the Geo Gearheads episode 511. And you know what, Chris? This is Randomize 114, otherwise known as XIV. No, that doesn't quite work right.
No. I'm going with...
As we're trying to read the Roman numerals,
Civiv.
which is always a bad idea.
Yeah, Civiv. But this is the 511 on geocaching. I don't know if 511 is a thing, but you know,
Aren't those tactical jeans and shirts and stuff like that?
Levi's 511 are the ones with the zippers, right?
I believe so, but yeah, there's
501s are button fly.
Yeah, there's the I think it's 5.11. That's the like tactical gear that you'll see in some of the sporting goods stores and whatnot.
You're right. They're tactical pants typically, or 511 is the 511tactical.com. Just in case you need to get something for the holidays.
Well, and a few of the tech journalists were all over that stuff because it's awesome for keeping all of your batteries, your geocachers would love it kind of gear, which is how I know about it, because I've always looked at it gone, wow, that's a lot of money. It makes the Scotty vest stuff look much more affordable.
Does it really? Wow. Because I look at the Scotty vest and go, wow, the Scotty vest, that's kind of nice. Yeah.
Hey, I've got Scotty vest jackets. Yeah, but I've got Scotty vest for jackets for the last probably decade or so, that I buy one like every other year-ish. They last me about 2 years.
Okay.
And I always get them on the Black Friday or the after Christmas sales. The only catches that I found out with that, they don't let you return them if you get them on those big clearance deal sales.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's not good.
No. So it's like, I always want to, try them on, and you can't just try them on.
Oh.
Yeah. How do you mail order try on something if you can't return it?
I haven't figured that part out yet.
Neither have I.
How do you find them? I know that we're completely off topic. How do you find them for keeping rain out, water resistant?
I've had very, very good luck with it for the first year or so. I have on a couple of occasions actually done the waterproofing stuff. The same stuff that you get for like your rain gear. No.
Okay. Your regular rain gear.
Yeah. And it stinks for like the first couple of weeks of wearing it, but it does rain proof it. But yeah, you have to get the ones that are actually rain rated, but most of their stuff is not actually waterproof.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or at least it wasn't the last few times we looked for Renee, because she really wants one and never comes up with exactly the right thing for her on the Scotty vest. And yeah. Gia sometimes too.
Pickpocket.
Gia sometimes too wants to know, how off topic can you be on a randomized show?
That's a really good point.
He says curious minds want to know.
And he really thinks it sounds like a good name for him, Scotty Vest. That's his new geocaching name.
He missed the boat. But yeah, I like my Scotty vests. They're not like the greatest things, but it really does help. And I really got hooked on them when I did a few travels by airplane, because you're limited to the carry-ons. But hey, all of a sudden I can throw my iPad in this pocket. I can throw the batteries in this pocket and throw that whole thing in the
day's worth of clothes in your pockets.
Pretty much. Well, and the Scotty vests that I got, I got some of the heavier ones for the winter wear, but the sleeves will come off. So if I need to lighten up because I'm going to a little bit warmer climate, I can always, just take the sleeves off, and it's a vest, which makes it a little bit easier to deal with. So it is nice for that little bit lighter to carry. You know, you take the whole thing, throw it in the bin at the X-ray machine, and it just goes through with all the electronics in it. So it really does make the whole travel thing a lot faster, which is what SCIVest is built for. It's not built for outdoors. It's built for travel.
Okay. Well, and Darryl, just to be clear, you can take the sleeves off of any jacket once.
True. But why don't we actually get some geocaching stuff in?
That was geocaching.
Well, I guess it was.
You can put your batteries, your GPS, your phone, your iPad, chargers.
And I take mine geocaching. I put my stamp in there. Yep.
Yeah. Extra
your hand sanitizer.
Oh, hand sanitizer.
Yeah. Well, and one of the interesting things with the SCIVest winter gear, at least, is it has a strap in one of the pockets for your water bottle. So it keeps it close enough so the water will not freeze.
Yeah, but the water gets cold, and next to your body, it's cold. And
yeah, as long as the water isn't cold going into the water bottle, you're usually good. But it doesn't handle like big water bottles. It's for like, you know, the off-the-shelf disposables. But yeah, that's a nice feature to have, and I've used it for many things that are not water bottles when I'm going caching.
We can't go any farther than that. Thank you very much, Darryl. Let's move on to our next topic.
So, reach the peak. Well, before we get into that one, reach the peak was a failure for me this month. I only got to base camp.
Darryl.
I was only like halfway up the mountain, and then we had rain and other obligations that kept us from doing caching.
Yep. And Darryl, I was right there with you. On the 31st, I was halfway up the mountain. I'm like, I've got to do it. My thinking was Darryl will never let me live it down if I fail. So,
well, I can't believe I did.
And went out and got the needed geocache. Now, this month I've promised myself not to fall behind.
If I only needed like 2 or 3, we could have gotten out and done it. But when we were looking at it, it was like 9 or 10 that we actually needed. And there's not that many around here. So we'd have to have gone somewhere to do it. So it just wasn't viable with everything else that's going on. And, I've been talking for months, it seems, about the Halloween event that we were really looking forward to doing again. And of course it poured. Neither one of us were feeling very well. So, boo. But like as GSM times 2 says, oh no bonus souvenir for Darryl. So I am going to be 2 souvenirs short on this one at the very least.
Right.
Because I've missed this and the bonus.
Now, does that cut all motivation for you?
No.
It's like, what's the purpose now? No, you're still going to try this month.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah, I'm not terribly motivated by them, but it does give me a reason to go out.
Yes.
If that makes it's I'm still going to try because it's motivation to go out. It's part of why we like doing the geocaching vlogs, is because it makes you get out and go geocaching. Finding the topics that make for good geocaching videos are a little bit challenging, but any of the motivation to get geocaching is
not if you're a good vlogger. You don't have to worry about that.
Wow. Oh, there's a blast from the past.
Thank you.
All right. So
what's funny is early on that wasn't funny, but now it's become funny. A vlog. Okay. Well, I was reading a blog earlier today that said, actually we have a blog from geocaching.com.
Yep. Well, that's what the Reach the Peak stuff is doing. But it's like, that's about the only thing that I know of that's actually blogging anymore. And I do know other people who are blogging. Don't get me wrong.
Everything else is microblogs.
Yeah, it's all moved to either, TikTok is big, of course, which we'll talk a little bit about that later too, because we have another one on that. But, it's everything is kind of moved to the Instagram and that kind of stuff. there's not a lot of written word left.
That's right. That's right. I find plenty in my job, when I have to go, oh, I don't know how to do this. Let me go Google.
Yeah.
And there's plenty of technical journals, but those aren't true
But
reading, right?
it's the stuff outside of the business world
Mhm.
just
And that
seems to have gone away.
And that
Yeah,
I just skim for the information. I don't want to take the time to read it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's where I needed to click. I got it. Okay, I'm done with you. Bye-bye.
Well, and for that kind of stuff, I absolutely hate the videos. Because finding the right spot in the video is more work.
Yes.
So that's why the written word still thrives, I think.
Right.
When we get a good way to index the videos, then I think we're looking at a possible sea change.
If you need to fix your dryer, though, taking your iPad downstairs right next to the dryer and watching the video, pause. Yeah, I can take that part off. Okay. Play. Yep. Take this part off. Okay.
I've done that for the car repairs too.
Yeah.
Hey, how does this come off?
Yeah. Oh, it'll come off once.
Yeah, anything comes off once. It's how does it come off in one piece?
Oh, Control F, my best friend.
But Reach the Peak has reset again, just this last Monday, November 1st. And this time it's once again $325 for base camp. But the souvenir comes at, for actually reaching the top of Kilimanjaro, $58.95. We'll do it that way so I can actually talk. So a little bit more challenging this time. Among other things, our max is only 700 points, not the 750. So for a mystery cache this time, we get 700 points. Last time it was only 600 for the mysteries. The multi-cache this time is 600. It was 550 last time, so that actually gets a little bit of a bump. The Earth cache comes down to 500 points, not the 750 it was last time, which makes sense. Last month was Earth Cache Day, or Earth Cache Weekend now. So, give us a few extra bonus points for that. But letterboxes came down as well this time. They're down to 450 from 550. Adventure locations went back up to 400 from 350. And of course, any other found it on a non-event cache, excluding webcams, is worth 325 still. But I don't remember that qualification before.
I think you're right. I don't remember the excluding webcams, but webcams are not a found it.
Right. Law. Right. Yeah, and neither are event caches.
Right.
But event caches were counting originally.
Were they?
Yes, because we actually talked about that with the very first one.
You're right.
Yeah. And GSM times 2 said, how many people didn't realize that Reach the Peak resets the first Monday of the month?
I hope they understand, because we've said that each and every time. Now, it happened that on this month in November, the first Monday was the first.
Yep. Yeah, and I'm not sure we actually mentioned that last time. We mentioned the dates, but I'm not sure we actually mentioned it. But yeah, it is resetting the Monday, the first Monday of the month. So it's easy to remember. You always have that last weekend to get it in, which this time meant not really an extra weekend, just, the last weekend.
Well, no, we've got 5 weeks, because the first Monday of December is the 6th.
No, I'm saying for October.
Oh, okay. So
October, I think, only ended up like 4 weeks.
We have 5 weeks this month.
Yeah.
Well, in geocaching.
Well, for the Reach the Peak. The question is,
it can get confusing quickly, can't it?
Yes. The question is, how are people going to do this month and next month? Because now we're into the
rainy, cold
holiday season, where people have all of the extra obligations.
Or will it be really easy because you don't want to be with the in-laws, and I've got to go get this souvenir. I've got to. I don't have a choice.
Yeah, and it depends a lot on the weather and all those kind of things that we've always run into issues on.
Oh, the weather outside is frightful. But geocaching is always delightful.
Well, and we have gotten very cold. We've actually gotten below freezing.
We have at night. We've gotten to like 30. So
yeah, no, only at, well, you know, it will be like 31 when I get to work in the morning. But yeah, it's enough.
Fresh. Enough that I'm starting to wear warmer clothes.
Yeah. Yeah, and I had to throw on a sweatshirt because it's cold enough in the studio that, you know, I was shivering a little bit. So it's that time of year. It's the time of year that I actually kind of like going out caching because you don't have any of the bugs.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also not very pretty out there anymore.
No. Okay, so we have one street. GSM times 2 says the thin ice there, Chris. Be careful. Thinking about the in-laws, obviously. I love my in-laws. I have a lot of them. So, you know, I don't have a choice. They outnumber me and they beat me up. Where was I going? Oh,
talking about a street.
The street. There's a street in Tacoma called Union Avenue, which is a wide boulevard, you know, separated down the middle, but it's got huge deciduous trees that just arch over. So it's like you're driving through this colorful tunnel this time of year. Now, there's a lot on the ground, but there's still a lot of leaves up in the trees. And it's, you know, our street happens to be under construction, so we have to go up and down Union this time of year. It's a real shame. But it's just beautiful. It's like, oh, I get to drive down Union this time of year.
Well, this year we didn't get the fall colors like we like to see. It kind of went straight from green trees to one weekend we had some color, and the next weekend everything's falling off. But we also stayed warmer longer, which didn't help.
Okay.
You know, it screwed up the trees. They're like, I don't know what we're doing.
I was supposed to do something, then the weather told me no, and now I'm confused.
Well, and we had a lot of rain too. It's been a very, very wet fall, which also helps to confuse them.
Let's see.
So, talking about picturesque, though, did you happen to catch the trailer for the 2021 GIF?
Why, just recently I saw it. GGIF.
I was impressed in that just going through that little trailer, it's kind of obvious how much the production quality has improved.
Yes.
I mean, it could just be that we caught the best bits of all of those videos and the rest of the quality is terrible.
Mm-hmm.
But it really looks so much better this year. And we definitely have some returning favorites.
Yes, you happen to see Komakino in there, who's a cacher local to me. You've got a couple of local cachers up there, don't you? Who made the...
Well, yeah, not so much, but we do have C. Michelle, who's now another U.S. cacher. Last time he did his from Australia.
Oh, yes.
This time this time he's stateside. So I don't know when or what he did. I think I actually did kind of know what he was doing, but I've forgotten. So I'm going to be excited to see it.
They almost have to sign an NDA.
Yeah.
It's just short of that in order to get their, you know, once their video selected, you can't tell anybody about it.
Okay. Yeah. But yeah, I'm very excited to see what it is. And I'm still not sure if I have a local gift. I have a couple of GIF events on the calendar that aren't really a possibility. Yeah. I really want to get to one of them, but it's like a 4 or 5 hour drive each way.
So then you could do some caching, get all your
and turn it into a
get your altitude for the reach the peak and have a GIF event. It's the best of all three worlds.
Yeah, but the problem is I've got the dog that I have to worry about. So I have to find a dog sitter or something.
Bring her along. Him.
Yeah.
Bring him along.
He's not going to do so well with that anymore. He's getting too old. GSM times 2 says that since he's hosting a GIF, he has seen the films. They're really good quality, better panning, camera angles, etc.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's not just us with our short little preview. It's the whole thing is better.
Yeah. And I think we're going to see as this goes along, there's going to be a big divide, right? Between those who really know what they're doing and, well, maybe us.
Well, I'm not sure that we're going to see those necessarily in the videos.
No?
I'm not sure, because I think once they've been selected, unless it's, it has to have a really good story if the production quality is that bad.
Well, I'm not saying bad production quality, but I think you're going to notice those who have skills and perhaps training in production. You're going to see the difference where, yeah, it's a cute story. And yes, you can obviously tell this was shot on a cell phone, right? But
you might be right.
And I'm not saying there's anything wrong. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Hey, if you know how to shoot on a cell phone, you're going to get some really good videos.
That's true.
It's about the technique more than about the gear.
The gear, right.
And that said, if you have crappy gear, it's going to be junk no matter what you do.
Right.
But even that, if you use it wisely, you get something like Blair Witch Project, which made millions of dollars
on basically no budget.
Right. With, garbage equipment that, just happened to be what they could pull together kind of thing.
And yet, I mean, it changed the movie industry.
Yeah. Yeah, that wasn't no budget. They did actually have, some real production that went into that. But it was an interesting concept, which is part of why it was received so well. And GSM times 2 says, those who really take their time to put together a movie quality film versus those who just shot one angle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and as soon as I read that, I'm going, yeah. And then I'm thinking, wait a minute, isn't the big thing right now the one shot?
The one, yeah.
One take.
And you just keep going the whole time. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's been some incredible things that are real, and I watch for that, right? And I go back and I'm like, wait a minute, that was one take.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't stop filming, right? There wasn't a cut to a different angle so that a stuntman could come in and take a fall and come back. And oh no, that was all one. That was impressive.
Yeah, and I've been watching some of those videos on how they're doing it, and even that's impressive. They're actually like passing cameras now between cameramen. So they'll be inside the car and pass it out the window, and the one cameraman's like ducking down so you don't see him as they pan over. It's like, holy cow, this is like some serious choreography to get this to happen.
Right. And you've got, and it's all about the staging, right? Because you're only looking at this much. So that means all around you, everything else can be moving and changing and shifting. And,
Well, and then DJI came out with that, what is it called? The 4D camera, which is a cinema quality camera on the stabilizer. And I'm thinking this camera is built for that kind of stuff. It's a full gimbal rig where you hold the rig and the camera just kind of floats and does its whole thing. But I want to say it's an 8K camera. I'm thinking it's only a 6, but I want to say it's 8K. And it's an interchangeable camera on the rig, and it's really built for cinema to tie everything together.
Now, I haven't heard cameras referenced as far as spices. This is a cinnamon grade camera?
Yes. Okay. Yes, it is.
You put in a spice scale, so a jalapeno based camera would be even better.
GSM times 2 says there's an idea for GIF 2022. That would actually be one heck of a fun and very, very difficult video to do.
Write it down, Darryl. Write it down.
Well, you can imagine doing something with a one-take video, getting over a very narrow river with a bunch of people pushing each other out of the way to get there as one take. I'm thinking that would have to be done with a drone. You could probably figure out a better way to do it, but just something with the drone tracking. Have it do the tracking shots, and then a whole bunch of people fighting to get out of the way, and you just got to get the angles right.
Like George Costanza at a fire. Push everybody out of the way. Had to toss the Seinfeld reference in. Okay,
there's one. Let's move on to TikTok, because I said we would.
Only because you said you would.
There is an announcement on the geocaching blog that they are now on TikTok.
Okay, next. What's the next story?
It's like everything is moving toward TikTok.
Can you effectively represent geocaching in a short form video?
I think you can, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure how they're going to do it, but I think they can.
Now, I haven't gotten into TikTok. My son has, and my son has made money off of TikTok. That's how he afforded his brand new phone, is through TikTok revenues. He had a couple that just blew up, and he's estimated he's, taken a month of humankind's time away from them from watching his videos. All of humankind.
Wow.
But I look at it and go, yeah. Maybe we should be doing this show in small TikTokable segments.
Yeah, it's kind of the polar opposite to what we're doing. See, that's a TikTok right there. That pause was a TikTok. It's
GSM times 2 is helping you out. Geo Woodstock in one take. Write it down, Darryl.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff that you could do. Well, and I've done a lot of the one take hyperlapse kind of stuff in the travel vlog kind of stuff that we do, and I love those, because it's like, here's the entire park in one take. Throw some music on it, and it's the segue between segments. You do some voiceover. It really does work out pretty well. It's very, very hard to do with a good story for something like the GIF, though. But yeah, those one takes walking around the park are great for voiceover.
Mm-hmm.
Gives it a lot more action than staring at me. Do you really want to watch these videos, or would you rather watch us like finding caches while we talk about it? I'm not sure either one of those is a good situation. And then GSM times 2 said Joshua got more subscribers on TikTok in a few months than he did in years on YouTube.
Interesting.
And that's the beauty of TikTok. It's not the content as much as the discovery. They have mastered the discovery algorithm for that format. That algorithm probably isn't going to work for like YouTube, but it really works for that short form content.
Alrighty then. If I have to, I guess.
I still just don't even want the app. You and I are probably in a little bit different boat, because we deal with bad actors on a daily basis, and understand we don't want to give anyone any additional resources.
We're bad actors on a daily basis.
Well, yes, not that kind of actors.
Oh, okay.
We're talking about malware and such.
Yes.
Which is another big problem that I have to deal with in my professional life. We had discovered one of our domains was blocked for malware.
Oh, nice.
And now we know why.
Because there was malware?
Well, because we had devices from a manufacturer that had malware command and control on the network.
They
Stupid Chinese manufacturers.
Came from the manufacturers.
It wasn't on the. It was delivered in updates.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So there you go.
Pickle Ninja says bad actors like Nick Cage.
Oh, I wish we could be bad actors like Nick Cage. we wouldn't have to be doing the show in this type of conditions. We could have a nice little studio and people doing all of the production for us.
Okay, let's do that.
We could maybe even have a producer, so we'd have more prep done for the shows.
Ooh, a
Yeah.
producer.
Kind of going back to like what we used to do before work got busy for both of us, which was like years ago now.
Let me tell you, Darryl,
it's insane how crazy and how long the pandemic has gone. We had a conversation at work. I was talking with the HR department, just casually talking as we were walking in about problems that we were having with vendors. And it's pretty much universal. Everyone is having problems with vendors. Doesn't matter what it is. Customer service is terrible now. The quality of service is terrible. We have the supply chain issues, and no one can seem to get a hold on it.
Nope.
But everyone claims that they're working on it and doing better.
Yep. We're trying to put quotes together for clients, and it's not a matter of what we want to put in there. It's a matter of what we can get to put in there.
Yes. Yeah.
Right?
That's a big problem for us as well. We're having to buy network equipment, for instance, based on what might be available by the time the office opens.
Yeah, it's not based on quality, it's based on availability.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, we're very nervous about it, but, making do. But it's like no one is doing the quality of anything that they once were. It's very disappointing.
It is.
Yet we can't find people to work too.
There you go. Which is amazing, right? Wouldn't you think the vendors who the Pickle Ninja says vendors just can't deliver nowadays would want to pay people so they could make their products and get them sold? But yet
they can't find people. We're having problems finding people. I mean, we're a growth company that's getting bigger and bigger and bigger, but you can't find people. No matter how badly, we've had positions listed in like the Mexico City office that have been open for like a year before we can get them filled. And that's even pre-pandemic, but it's gotten worse.
Wow.
So, it really sucks. Pizza Ninja says, at least he can still order pickle pizzas.
Well,
here's the question. Here's the question. Does the pizza service, the pizzeria deliver it, or is it like a DoorDash drive kind of thing? Because that's what I've noticed. No one is delivering their own food anymore. It's always going through something like DoorDash drive.
And, it's probably because of cost, right? I don't want to have to pay an employee benefits to deliver
and efficiency.
I can get it done through,
there's
whoever's available.
There's a much better efficiency because, okay, this one driver can go pick up, your pizza. They'll go pick up someone's sushi. Then they'll drop off that sushi and then your pizza because that's the way the routing works.
Right. Well, and then you're not paying for the time that they're just sitting around.
Right. So they're always in motion. It makes sense. It's just, I wish they did a better job of delivering.
Okay. I'm going to go back to Pizza Ninja because he says we pick up our own so much quieter. We bought our own pizza delivery back.
Actually, he said quicker, not quieter.
Or quicker. And, and maybe quieter. Who knows? And, so much quicker. Sorry. And you're, not afraid of somebody poking at your own food. Okay.
This is true. The other big thing, they're not employees, they're contractors.
That's right.
That's a big deal.
That's a big deal.
At least here in the States.
So Pickle Ninja with your pickle pizza, your pickle pizza ninja. Tonight I had dill pickle salad and it was actually quite good. I enjoyed it. So there you go. There's my pickle ninja comment for the night. Dill pickle salad. You can find it at Costco. Well, at least in our local one.
Interesting. I like the idea of that. I've had some, but they haven't been very good.
This one was very pickly. Maybe I'm pickled. Who knows?
You know, now I'm thinking about, I think it's called larb. It's an apple salad from a Thai restaurant. Multiple Thai restaurants. It's very acidic, but it's so tasty. It's like sliced up apples with vinegar and like raisins and stuff like that, as I recall. I haven't had it in years, but now I'm like, oh, I want one.
Yeah. Wait.
Making me hungry.
There you go. GSM times 2 says the lack of employee puts everyone in a pickle.
Oh, stop channeling Chris.
Pickle Ninja says, congrats, Chris. Welcome to the dark side, my friend.
We have pickles. All right, let's go to what's actually our last story from the
we have a
geocaching blog. And this one I thought was mostly interesting for what they had placed in it, which was 3 reasons to add friends on geocaching.com from the official geocaching blog.
The official geocaching blog.
Okay. So for those playing at home who haven't read this article, let's see if you can guess what these are. So the first one is see what your geocaching friends are up to right from your dashboard. Isn't this one of those features that most of us wanted to turn off almost immediately?
Yes. I don't have my phone down here.
Yeah,
can you see that on the come on, Chris, come up with words. On
words
the mobile
app?
Hard.
I don't think it does it on the mobile app. It has some status, I think, but I don't remember it having.
Hold, please. Profiles, stats, souvenirs, track. No, you can reach the peak.
Yeah,
I
think it does have a friend's dashboard below, but that might just be in the message center. But what they say about it is once you've added friends on geocaching.com, you can choose to show their geocaching activity in your newsfeed on your dashboard. From there, you can view their recent finds, logs, and photos. Yeah. So I found that amusing because that's one of those features that everyone was complaining about when they put it out there. Peach and Ninja says Cashly has the friends menu.
Okay. So just, looking at the Kilimanjaro thing, I've already got friends at 45,000 points. What is this, the 4th day?
Well, yeah, I know, it's insane. Some of the people are like just way better caches than I am. We'll put it that way. But that is their second one, was stay motivated with your leaderboard on web and mobile. Your leaderboard shows you and your friends' geocaching activity. If you log a cache or attend an event, you collect points that are displayed at the top of the page. Easily access your leaderboard on the website from your dashboard or access it in the Geocachinger app by going to your profile and tapping on the leaderboard icon. So, yeah, that one I actually like. I'd like to see some other stuff happen with the leaderboard, kind of some of the things that we've seen experiments on, but yeah, I like the leaderboard. It's kind of fun to see who's caching more than I cache, but I'd like to see more variance in that. So, more of the like moving of trackables or hiding caches, that kind of thing. All right. So number 3, see which friends have found a cache on the website and in the app.
That's not creepy.
Well, doesn't that go back to kind of number 1?
Yeah.
To see your friends' logs on the website, click view all logs, and just below the log geocache button near the top of the cache page. On the next page, you can click on your friends' logs to see your friends, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, that is actually a really helpful one when you're trying to do a phone a friend, because now you know who to reach out to.
Yes, exactly.
But again, it's not one of those things that I really use. especially because it's I use Cashly, and Cashly does actually have some of those functions kind of built into it.
So
but I don't
did you
use it.
know? Let me see if I can find you here. Darryl W4. Cashly has a link to Project GC stats under friends.
Oh, I missed that. That's
I
must
didn't
be a
know
newer
that.
feature.
So, by the way, there's your Project GC stats.
Ah, nice. Pizza Ninja says, friends who stalk you must really care, right?
Yeah.
Something
sure.
like that. Yes, finding out that friends have 5,000 points compared to my friends with 250,000 points is not very motivating.
Yeah, I understand the dashboard. And it is kind of nice, right? What you need to do is when you have more points than Land Monkey, you need to message him and send him a picture because it just drives him crazy. And that right there is worth it. Okay. So, but
Yes,
other
but
than
is that actually possible?
Yes. Until
Unless he's sandbagging.
And
is that actually possible?
Because he usually geocaches with a GPSR, so they come in bunches.
Yeah. Yeah, he batch uploads.
Mm-hmm. So yes, you can for a little bit, and you have to let him know that it's required.
All right, they do have a bonus one though, and I actually like the bonus one. Any thoughts on what that might be?
See what they're doing, stay motivated, see if they found a cache. What else can you do with friends?
Well, see, this is one I had forgotten about until I went back and read this article, and we talked about it on the show even. So their bonus one is tag your friends in your logs. When you log a cache on the website, use the @ symbol, and a list of your geocaching friends will appear. Choose the friend you wish to tag, submit your log. The tagged friend will receive an email notification that they've been tagged in a geocaching log. And the part that they didn't notice or didn't put in there is it's also a clickable link.
Right.
So it goes to their profile. So I like that a lot.
GSM times 2 says bonus. You can watch your ex-wife's activity.
Nope. That's not one of their stalking bonuses. I mean, friend bonuses.
I don't want to poo-poo this too much, but who uses the website to log finds anymore? Maybe Land Monkey.
Yeah. That's kind of part of the problem.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good things about using the friends, including easy access to messages, so I like the friends. I have lots of, well, I shouldn't say lots. I have a good number of friends on geocaching.
Friends have a lot of episodes. You can watch them over and over again.
Yeah. And my wife sometimes does that, but the friends is a useful feature that I take advantage of. It's just not that useful in the apps as it is on the website.
Exactly.
But more and more, it seems like there is stuff happening with friends on the apps. So we'll hope to see some more of that stuff. But I do like having that phone a friend option in the caching app. I never use it, but it's so handy to be able to reach out and just hit it. What I do use frequently is the message center stuff.
Use it all the time.
So that you don't necessarily need to have them as your friend, but it's certainly easier if they are your friend, because it's just, you've already, reached out to them and made that connection and blah, blah, blah.
I'm going to toss in one more article. This one is based, it was started by a couple of cachers around me. This is called Snag the Tag, Geocaching High and Low. Have you heard of Snag the Tag?
I have. And I actually was about to put this one in there, and I realized, you know what? We probably don't have enough time for all of those.
Well, we'll just cover it quickly. There's a new Snag the Tag game starting November 19th. Snag the Tag was launched in 2018 by 2 avid geocachers. Since then, Snag the Tag is a lot like geocaching, you have to go, you can go get signed up, get alerts, and they give you coordinates where a tag has been hidden. You go find it. Then there's usually an event, or you mail it, mail in a code, respond somehow, and you get a full coin out of it. But it's really grown here in the last couple of years. Now, this one, they tend to do like opposites. So this one is geocaching high and low. So geocaching on Mars and at the bottom of the ocean.
Interesting.
So the trackable traveling to Mars and the geocache placed in the Mariana Trench.
But yeah, the Snag the Tag thing has been a big thing for years. Almost any mega giga event you go to, there's a bunch of Snag the Tag around it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's a lot of fun. It is a geocaching trackable usually.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know of any of them that aren't, but I'm going to say usually because they may have done ones that aren't.
Well, for the hiders, you have to go purchase a hider packet from Shop Geocaching or participating distributor. Each hider packet includes 1 geocoin and a tag set for the hider to keep and 2 tags for the hider to hide. Right? Once the hider is hidden, once the hider has their hider pack, they can go hide 2 of the tags at locations of their choosing. It's a lot of the word hide repeated in there.
Yes, it is.
And
it's
finally,
hard to
you have
follow.
to create an account. Now, for the finders to participate, you must register for the game on the Snag the Tag website. Location of hidden tags will start being published November 19th and will last through January 24th, 2022. A map of the Snag the Tag will show where the things are hidden, where these tags are hidden. You can also receive email notifications when the location of a new tag is published. And you do have to do that per game, right? So if you do it just for this high-low, whatever the next one coming up, you have to go register again.
Yep. Yeah, so definitely a cool game to play. I've never really participated in it. I've been kind of there as other people in my party have tried to participate at the mega events. So I really kind of want to try getting into it on my own. Just haven't had the motivation bringing it back around to do that.
I tried on a couple of them, and I just couldn't get out there quick enough to go get them. It's a FTF game.
Yeah, absolutely. And unless you're like close, you're not going to get it.
Right.
You have to be like right there when it publishes. So unfortunately for me, it's not generally going to work. But you might run into one of those FTF events that I used to love doing so much. So, I kind of want to try it again. It's it's a lot more, a lot higher probability of a FTF party than an actual FTF is at this point.
Mm-hmm.
But that is our last story. So I think we should leave and
for you, Darryl.
Well, I think we should leave and stop subjecting people to our bad puns.
Man, that's why they come each and every week. If you haven't gotten enough,
came for the bad acting.
We're the bad actors,
right?
If you didn't get enough bad acting and bad puns, make sure you check out the Cachemaniacs website at cachemaniacs.com for more on the Geo Gearheads, including show notes for this and all of our episodes, because we love hearing from our listeners. So leave us feedback by emailing geogearheads@cachemaniacs.com or through the many channels of social media. Your support helps keep the Cachemaniac shows coming. Please consider becoming a patron through the link on our website to support the Cachemaniac shows. Geo Gearheads is produced by Chris Umfenauer and Darryl Wattenberg. The show's copyright 2021 by Darryl Wattenberg. All rights reserved.